everybody, it's Rocky and Rich, and today we're going to be making some Puerco Pibil. We learned of this dish from watching what?
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Johnny Depp, baby! That's right?
Done by Michael Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Wow, alright. So yeah, this is, if you guys are familiar with the movie, this is the dish that Johnny Depp's character orders, he said, as he says, in every dive bar that he goes to in Mexico. And when it's really good, what does he do?
He kills the chef.
He kills the chef to restore balance. So, it's a really good movie. I love that movie. What's my favorite line in it?
Are you a Mexican or a Mexicant?
Love that. Okay. So we started making this, this past like Christmas, around the holidays, and I don't even know how many times we've made it since, but today, not enough for Rich's taste, but today we're making it with pork, but we made it with chicken. We've made it with both dark meat and white meat, and it comes out good no matter what. So you guys just use whatever type of meat you want to use. It could probably work just as good with beef too. Just get a good cut of, like, you know,
it doesn't have to be that good of a cut of beef.
Well, I mean, like, you know, something that's substantial.
The size of beef.
Right. And what we're doing, the recipe that we're doing today is going to be 2 pounds of meat. So 2 pounds of pork, and that's what Rich is going to be cutting up and cutting the fat off of. And I'm going to start on the spices. First thing is going to be annatto seeds. And I don't know if you guys can see this because it's kind of bright, but I'll put the ingredients, I think you guys can see this. Annatto seeds. So if you can't find it, look in your bulk section, or ask the people at your grocery store, because it took us a while to find this in ours, I think. Right, Rich?
It's a little hard to find the location where it's hidden in. The section where the stuff has spices, when we actually started looking for bulk spices, going, wow, they have a lot of stuff. And it was kind of interesting, going, wow, look at all this gravel.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to. I'm using a coffee grinder to grind it up because this is actually like little pebbles. They're like little rocks. So 2½ tablespoons of the annatto seeds, and they just smell really good. The only thing, the way I can describe it, the way annatto seeds smell, is it smells like when you're making chorizo. That spice that you smell in chorizo, and it's not the same spice, but that's what I come away with when I smell it. So 2½ tablespoons of that. And then we're going to add some black peppercorns. Two teaspoons of this. I'm going to add about 6 allspice berries. A ½ teaspoon of cloves are going to go in. Alright, so now that all my spices are in here, I'm going to put in cumin too, but the cumin is just a powder, so I don't need to grind that up. I'm going to grind it in my coffee grinder. Okay, so right now I'm just mincing up about 6 cloves of garlic. The recipe calls for 4, but I like garlic, so just, you know, play around with the recipe to suit your tastes. Okay, next up I'm going to chop up 2 serranos to put in. The recipe calls for habaneros, but I can handle the heat of habaneros. I just don't like the taste. To me it has like almost like a gasoline taste, which isn't very appetizing. So just put in whatever type of pepper that you guys like, or if you know you're not into heat, then just leave this out. When we made it last weekend for friends, we didn't put any peppers in. Okay, and then Rich sneaked in off camera about 3 of these red. What did you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Just
3 of these red chili pods, like the dry, and it's chile arbol. So we got that in too because we like our spice. Alright, now I'm going to work with my blender. I'm going to put in 4 ounces of orange juice, 3 ounces of white vinegar, the juice of 1 lemon. I'm going to pop in the garlic and the peppers that I just chopped. I'm going to brush that over. And now I'm just going to put in a teaspoon of sea salt. And about a teaspoon of cumin. And I'm going to mix this up. Okay, now that I've mixed it up a little bit, I'm going to pour in my spices. And blend that around some more. Now the recipe calls for tequila, which I don't really like tequila all that much, so when I made this recipe originally I didn't have any on hand. So I just looked at what I had, and what I had was actually really good in the recipe, and I'm using sherry, which is Amontillado. It smells delicious, and in it goes. So again, just play with what you have on hand. If you don't want to put alcohol in, that's totally fine. It's not gonna, you know, the dish is still gonna be amazing no matter what. But the alcohol does cook off. So again, just experiment. Okay, so now we just want to taste test it. That's nice and spicy. I think it's gonna be good. Right? And it doesn't need more salt, right? I think it's perfect. Ooh. It's good. It's not hot. And it has just the right amount of sting. But again, if you're not into sting, leave the peppers out. Not a big deal.
It's amazing how wimpy you can make a pepper by taking the veins and the seeds out of the pepper.
Which we did not do. Okay, so it's mixed up nicely. Now I'm just going to pour it over the pork. There you go. We're just going to make sure all the spices are in there. He's going to mix it up a little bit. And then we're going to put it into our pan and put it in the oven. So we'll be back in a couple of seconds.
Okay, this is my part of the whole situation, is that I'm setting up to put aluminum foil. The recipe calls for banana leaves. Banana leaves are nice. They might add a little bit of flavor, but they're more for like presentation, where you would set up the banana leaves, pour the meat in. But I'm going to be setting up with aluminum foil. So I'm going to take one length of aluminum foil to go across the whole thing. This main sheet here is just to keep everything clean. So make it clean up a breeze. So now I'm going to get 2 pieces of foil. These are to wrap the meat. Make them a little longer than what you would think is necessary, because you just don't know. And then one more piece for the entire length. And this is again going to be probably twice as long. So that's the important thing is to try to create a good aluminum seal to hold in all the moisture, to allow the meat to cook quicker and such, and not to dry out. But a little bit of leakage is going to happen. So now I got the meat. I'm going to just pour it into the center. Make sure you just scrape out all the nice juicy spices. Smell just a small amount of the incredible flavor you're going to get when it starts cooking. So, tuck in the sides. Folding the ends. And folding the ends over the top. So now this is what you use the extra material for. Get it, grab it, twist it on down. Not too tight because you'll just squeeze the juice out. Pretty sure that the Reynolds Company has a lot of nice recipes on how to wrap things. You can see all the base instruction on how to wrap it. But when it's all tucked down, it's going to be something like that. And this first one is just to clean up a breeze. So if anything does come out, stays in that one trap, throw it away, done. So So ready to go?
Yep. So 325 degree oven, 4 hours.
So what are we going to do for the next 4 hours?
Maybe watch Rich. Maybe watch Once Upon a Time in Mexico, I don't know. But we'll be back.
Twice.
Alright, we're back. It's been 4 hours and Rich is about to take the pork out of the oven.
Voila. It smells wonderful.
It smells delicious. I wish you guys were here to smell it. I mean, we've been smelling this for the past 4 hours. Is it hot? Spicy. And just super tender. Alright. So now we're just going to put it in the bowl. What we like to do is we like to shred it and then pour like all the juices that are in the foil in the bowl and just kind of like redistribute. So we're just going to take a couple of big forks and start pulling it apart, which takes really no effort at all. So it's totally shredded. We're just going to let it sit for a bit, maybe half an hour until we're ready for dinner. And then we'll be back for the most important part, which is what, Rich?
Eating. Oh, tasting.
The tasting. All right, we're back. I put my pork on lettuce leaves, and then Rich is using tortillas for his. Just gonna squeeze some lime on them. Show you guys this up close. And there'll be pictures on my blog, but this meat is just so tender.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm. This is perfection. I mean, you guys have got to try this, and it's a fairly healthy dish. I mean, there's little to no fat in there. You trimmed off most of the fat. And the marinade, orange juice, vinegar, the sherry, which pretty much cooks up in between like all the different servings you have in here. It's gonna really amount to not anything as far as like calories and fat. But
Well, just getting a good serving, same thing as like, 4 to 6 ounces of meat, plus the beans, rice, and other things like that. No matter what the form the meat takes on, you don't eat 16 ounces of one serving.
But I think it's pretty good. So
Very good.
definitely give it a shot, and if you do, let us know what you think. If you have any questions, just go ahead and post them below. The pictures, nutritional facts, and the full recipe will be posted below. And until next time, enjoy. Bye!